Hello, I know it's been a minute. I haven't made a video in a few months, but I am back and I'm officially a junior in college, which is insane. I cannot believe I'm halfway done with my journey at USC and in the BFA program. And so in honor of that, I decided to make a video about things I wish I knew before starting my BFA major at USC. I'll just get into it. The first thing I wish I knew was that I will not be singing, dancing, and acting the entire time. I thought coming in, because it was BFA and conservatory style training, that I would just jump into acting class and start doing monologues and go into my voice class and start doing full songs and performances, but it was not like that at all. And even for dance, we didn't even start off with any dance combinations. It's all about technique and the details. We spent like 2 months just on the warm up. And then for voice, and we spent pretty much the whole first semester doing like these vocal exercises, vocalizes. And then with acting, it wasn't until sophomore year that we got into monologues. Definitely not what I expected, and I think coming from an arts high school where we just jumped into it, I thought college would be like that as well, but it definitely wasn't. Another thing I wish I knew was that I don't need to prove that I am an artist. Being an artist doesn't even require this degree in general. I am already an artist. I think I had these thoughts that I needed to prove myself because it was a lot of my imposter syndrome. Once I realized that I'm already here, I already got in, I deserve to be here. I needed to prove myself to myself and not to my professors or my classmates or the program. Another thing I wish I knew was that being a BFA major does not mean that I will end up performing as a career. I realized this when I noticed that a lot of alumni or graduating seniors were going off and pursuing careers that might not even have anything to do with theater or acting. Even though they weren't pursuing these careers in the arts, they are still artists, and that doesn't take away from that. I started my BFA journey because I am a creative person. I am an artist inside and out, and no matter what I end up doing in the future, I will still carry that with me. Another thing I wish I knew was that the competition is a different type of fierce than in high school. In college, the competition it's more within yourself, actually. It's not toxic. Something else I didn't know was that my teachers were going to serve as mentors for me in life, not just the arts. Really didn't expect to have professors that check in on me over text randomly on the weekend to check in and see how I'm doing. I didn't think that I would connect to my professors on a personal level as much as I have so far. Having those connections with them on an emotional level really affects how we work in the classroom. My professors have really transformed me as a human being, as well as an artist, but especially just the way I see myself and my own voice. Something else I wish I knew was that artistic styles are constantly changing, and I am not bound to one specific type of style. I came in thinking I was only meant for ingenue, leading lady kind of roles, but I really opened my eyes to being open-minded to all sorts of roles and styles. Okay, this is a big one. Critique is not personal. Yes, art is personal, but that doesn't necessarily mean that critiques about your art should be taken personally. So with that in mind, not all critiques are necessarily right. I think it's important to separate useful critiques from noisy critiques. Just take all the different perspectives and not take anything to heart. This is a big one that I've learned so far, is that not all styles, methods, or approaches are gonna be understandable. There are classes that I've taken that I look back and I still just don't understand what I was supposed to get out of it, but that's okay. And I think recognizing that is good, and there's no right or wrong way. With all my classes, I came in with this idea that I have to get something out of it. Basically, there's so many different methods, and some of them work, some of them don't, and that's okay if they don't work. I think figuring out what you don't like and what doesn't work for you is just as important as figuring out what methods and approaches do work for you and will stick with you. So it's okay if you don't understand all your classes. It's like that sometimes. Next one is adapting my learning for myself. Once I realized that this is my education, this is my experience, I am the one paying for this, I realized that I am allowed to do what I need to do to get the most out of the experience. This helped me hone my own artistic voice, and I learned a lot about my own process along the way. This kind of goes back to the not all styles and methods work for you. Sometimes you just need to have a conversation with your professor and see how you can go about the course to make sure that you're getting the most out of it. All right, this is a very big one, networking. And I feel like every video about what I wish I knew before college talks about this, but networking is so huge, especially for a BFA program and the arts in general. I think a huge part of it is reaching out to people that are just somehow involved in the industry you want to be in, not necessarily the exact career and field you want to be in. So yeah, reach out to people in the industry you want to be in and maximize all your resources. That includes professors as well. Big one is don't get caught up in what you're supposed to be doing. This is something I have struggled with for some time. I was always questioning what I should be doing versus what I want to be doing. So sometimes I think it's important to give yourself a little bit of grace, even though there's some fun event going on and you feel like, oh, I should be there, I should go. If you're tired and you don't want to go, don't force yourself to go, because then when you do, you're gonna have a miserable time, you're gonna be thinking about leaving, and you won't be present in the moment. So it's okay if you'd rather just sleep or study. You can go out the next time when you have more energy too. Then one of the last ones is make friends with older students, because they've experienced whatever it is you're going through. And most upperclassmen are really nice and want to share their experiences and want to see you thrive. So I would recommend making an older friend that you can go to when in need. They've probably been in the exact same boat that you're in. And my very last one is time management. I think this is the hardest thing going into college, because now you're completely on your own. You're not basing your schedule off of your sister, brother, parents, anyone else but yourself. It's hard to navigate that and to make your own schedules. It's difficult to find time for yourself and time to just breathe. Focusing on managing your own time and making it a priority is so key. And in doing that, remember that your mental and physical health should always come first. So that was my little things I wish I knew before USC, and more specifically the USC BFA program. Yes, okay. That's kind of all I have. I can't wait to be in person next year. Oh, I don't know what I'm thinking about that, but I'm so excited to be in person and to make some videos on campus and to be back with my cohort and to hug my professors. I can't wait. That was the video. Hope you enjoyed. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped in any way, and more videos to come. So